Welcome back everyone, my name is Echo. Welcome back today to 5 Minecraft Pocket Edition survival tips and tricks. Hopefully in today's video I can teach you one new useful thing that you should be doing within your Minecraft Pocket Edition worlds. Now if I do teach you something new, then be sure to thumbs it up. If you would like to see a part 2, then be sure to thumbs it up. So the first one is something that is kind of an emergency. So whether you've built a house or not, it might become nighttime and you might become swamped by mobs. Now sugarcane are going to be your best friend, whether you place the sugarcane yourself or whether you just find it naturally spawned. So sugarcane can be used to hide away from mobs such as creepers. Let me show you a very basic example. So I placed down this creeper, you can see he's currently chasing me. He's going to continue to chase me as long as he can see me. However, as soon as we step into sugarcane, we are invisible to him and he will carry on his normal Minecraft explosive day. We step out, he can see me. We step in, he cannot see me. Now, this has been a Minecraft tip for a very long time, and I really highly suggest using this because creepers, they're not really the best of friends in Minecraft, and I think it's a really fun thing to do. So, yeah, like we can literally walk straight up to him, to about here, and we're physically looking at a creeper in survival, and there we go. You can see him. Okay, so you got to be really careful. You can actually turn him white, so you guys can see here he's really white and explosive. So that's the first tip I want to share with you guys. Use sugarcane to protect yourself from creepers, and even if you're behind them like this, you can use them to protect yourself from mobs. It doesn't only work with creepers, it also works with other mobs as well, such as skeletons, zombies, etc. But for me, it's probably a little bit more useful for creepers. The next tip is scaling across 1 or 2 high water spaces using doors or signs. Now this is typically a lot better when you're in a swamp biome, because a swamp biome, it's normally around about 1 or 2 blocks tall. So we're going to be using doors and we're also going to be using signs, and all you got to do is it just opens up water a lot easier. So if we place down a sign here and exit, we do exactly the same here and exit. Continuously doing this, it will open up the water space, which means you can now walk through as if you're walking on land. It's just a little bit of a tip and a little bit of an advantage to use. Not everybody knows about this, and a lot of people who are trying to clear out water typically don't really use this method, but it's something I found useful. Again, mainly I use it for clearing out swamp spaces. The only issue with signs is you're going to get to a point where it's going to be a too deep spot. Now when we get there, the next thing to use is in fact doors. So this one's 3 tall, but it doesn't really matter because, as you guys can see right here, you can still go down and down and down. Now using doors, you can even go to the low of depths. So with Minecraft Pocket Edition, sometimes it's quite hard to see out into the water. If you really wanted to, even in survival, you could go down to some of the deepest depths within Minecraft and simply place down a door like this, open the door, and you can stand in it. And of course, you're not going to take any damage from water whatsoever. Now in this situation, I highly recommend having the night vision so you can see out there a little bit better, but use doors and signs to your advantage. Don't only just use them for the very basic things, such as for your house or placing them on chests. Use them for other methods as well, like this one. I really love using doors. While we're here as well, an extra tip I've got for you: if you stand within a door, around about here, and you close it, in fact, we'll have to do this on land. So if I place down the door, I open it, I stand within the door space, I then close it, you can actually jump on top of a door, so also use that to your advantage as well. Maybe a quick escape, I don't really know, but the second tip is to use doors and signs to your advantage in survival. So we have 2 tips here that are linked to going into caves and doing some exploring. Now in Minecraft Pocket Edition, most of us do use the types of coordinate add-on. You guys can see it, the yellow thing above my hotbar. But this is mainly used for going exploring and finding your way out as if you didn't have a map or you didn't have a coordinates add-on. And that's all using torches. So the majority of you are probably like me. When you go mining, you get that excited, you get lost, and getting out can be a little bit of an issue. Now, if you stick to one specific method when going mining and exploring, you will find your way out with no issue at all. And that's placing torches on only one side of the wall. So this is a cave that I found. What we're going to do is we're simply just going to be placing torches on the right hand side of the wall. Nothing on the left, nothing on the floor, always on the right hand side. This means that when we do come out, all the torches are going to be on the left hand side. Now, I recommend taking a couple of stacks and placing down quite a couple of these because sometimes, well, you will go through a lot of torches with this method, but it's such a simple guide to use. It will get you from A to B, finding the basic loot, whether you do this at the start of a normal survivor world, or whether you save it for later on when you've got more gear, it works exactly the same. So as you guys can see, we're going all the way down to level 26 is where we get to. So as you guys will see, torch is always on the left-hand side. This means every time you follow your way out, you're not going to have any problem at all. If you're like me, I get excited when I'm mining, and I go in all kinds of different directions, which means I always get lost. So I would normally go down there and place like multiple torches down, then I'd come back and I'd get lost, but they're always on the left hand side, which means I know that this is my way out. So the next tip in this video is to make sure you always place your torches on the right hand side, or always place them on the left hand side, and when you're leaving your cave, they will always be on the opposite side. The fourth tip is also a survival tip, like I explained. With this one, it's knowing the correct tools for when you go mining. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because, again, if you're like me, you will fill up your inventory with useless things. So the things I highly recommend taking with you that are really important is, of course, a pickaxe, a sword to protect yourself, a shovel, no axe because there's no wood unless you come across a mine shaft, which is quite rare, a bow, and of course arrows, which I don't currently have right now, a water bucket, torches. I recommend having multiple torches. That's the best advice. Ender chests, definitely some food, and of course a crafting table as well. The reason why you can have a crafting table is because maybe you need to craft something on an emergency. Some other things that you could probably take with you as well are some sticks, just in case your pickaxe breaks. You can definitely make yourself some sticks, and of course sticks can be used to make torches as well. The reason why I say an ender chest is that, well, I'm going to show you exactly what I'm talking about. Now, ender chests, you do need a silk touch pick to mine this. Nonetheless, if you don't have a silk touch pick, you could probably make a couple of these, and it really doesn't matter if you lose a couple of them. So we're going to go back down into this cave, and the reason why I'm explaining this is because when you find a bunch of items, whether it be things such as coal or things such as iron, they do take up a lot of space. Now, one thing you can do with both of these is, of course, put them into, well, specifically likes of redstone or coal, is you can typically put these into a coal block, which does minimize the space. However, you can't instantly, like, grab an iron ingot. They have to become in forms of iron ore, and if you're grabbing stacks and stacks of this, you can simply fill up your ender chest after you've done this, place down the ender chest, put your things inside of there, you've got an ender chest back at home, it's instantly teleported back to your house. And if you die down here, you won't be as disappointed. Maybe if you die, you lose a couple of your things, such as your sword, your pickaxe, your shovel, and your bow, but you wouldn't have lost everything, such as your ores. So ender chests are a highly massive thing to take with you. Don't be taking too many things with you. Don't be taking a furnace with you. Don't be taking, like, extra buckets. One bucket is enough, unless you're going exploring for lava. So the fourth tip in this is to take the correct things when you're going mining or exploring. So the last tip I have for you today is, we all know in the nether, we typically cannot place water. When you do, it simply disappears. Now, the first time you ever go into the nether, it's kind of rough fighting blaze, because you need the blaze powder to make the brewing stand to then make the potions. You can, however, place down a cauldron with water. Sitting in it, it will actually prevent you from being on fire. Now, I'm using this in an alleyway. A lot of the time, I would like to use this right next to the spawner itself. It's kind of really effective, because if you do get set on fire and you're running round, you can come down to this specific area, jump inside of here, and it will simply cool you off. Now, to get in it, just stand literally right in the middle, right there. And you can crouch, and we're actually inside of it. So if I show you real quick, it will see me crouched within a cauldron in the nether, which, well, we're not really meant to have water inside of here. And you guys can see some blaze behind there. So if you did enjoy this video, if you did learn just even one thing, please be sure to hit that like button. If you would like to see another part, then let me know, because I know a lot of survival tips that will definitely help you in your overall experience. Take care, stay beautiful, have a great day, and I'll catch you next time. Bye!